Hello KFC SuperCoaches and welcome to round 7. Plenty of juicy buys on the market this week, so let's run through who to buy, hold and sell. Nicho Hynes is the player to bring in this week. He's basically a must-have, averaging 141 in his 2 games so far this year. Got a tough matchup this week, but then it really opens up for him. He could be a captaincy option for about 5 or 6 weeks in a row. Latrell Mitchell was on fire on the weekend, 146 SuperCoach points, including 3 tries, including this one here. Now, look, I think the biggest thing with Latrell is that you can pick him up at a big discount. He's 160 odd K cheaper than when he started the season. Sonny Luke is the cheapie of the week. He's had a disrupted season. The preseason wasn't really there. Then he had a couple of head knocks, but he's getting those minutes in the mid-50s now, which is what we predicted at the start of the year. And he is set for some pretty serious price rises, and he's got some good attack in him there as well at the Panthers. CODY Walker, a lot of people are looking for a replacement for Adam Doueihi, who unfortunately is out for the season with an ACL injury. And CODY Walker is right at the top of the list. He is averaging 96 in the last 3 rounds after a bit of a slow start. Josh Schuster is another guy who could bring in for Doueihi, but one thing to point out here is that he's not named in the 17 this week. That is a bit of a worry, so keep an eye on late mail. Cameron Munster, another 5'8" purchase, even though he's been named at fullback this week. Look, he's a SuperCoach great, and he's actually averaging 15 points more per game than the next best 5'8" in SuperCoach. JARROD CROKER is the backline cheapie of the week. I'm not sure what to think with the job security, but I know that they did win that game when CROKER was back into that team. He's a veteran, he's a great of SuperCoach. We're not going to get those scores from 5 or so years ago, but he is a decent cheapie. Moving on to the holds. REUBEN Garrick is out this week through concussion, but it should just be 1 week. I think he is a hold. Before last week, he had the highest average of any centre winger in SuperCoach. Same goes for his teammate Tom Trbojevic. A lot of people are selling, I guess mainly due to that back injury that he struggled through last week with, but he's been cleared. He says he's going to play. He's been named. He's got a tough matchup this week against the Roosters, then he's got 2 really easy ones against the Tigers and Titans. You could captain him in both of those weeks. Now for the sells. Jermaine Hopgood is a guy we had marked as one of the greatest cheapies of all time at the start of the year. Unfortunately, he has been benched and he's averaging in the mid-40s now, so it is time for him to go, albeit at a massive profit of about 250k. Adam Doueihi, I mentioned before, out for the season with an ACL injury, so he does have to go. And then finally, Olofiana Khan-Pereira, I think has peaked in price. The BE is at 5, so he might get a little bit more money, but the price will drop pretty quickly from there. And there's a whole bunch of other guys, early season cheapies, who can now be cashed in after peaking, including Paul Alamotti, Stefano Udakamanu, Will Warbrick as well. That is it for Buy, Hold, Sell. Game Day podcast is on at 11 a.m. Thursday. We'll see you then.